What's going on, guys? Good morning. I just got off work, so my wife and I, we've been trying to get this thing started where we're picking and reselling and stuff like that as a side hustle. This morning we're going to start a really interesting adventure. My uncle, he's got a store here in town. It's a resale shop. He likes to go buy out auctions, go buy out storage lockers, go to yard sales, that kind of stuff. Exactly what I like to do. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of time for that kind of thing because I do have a full-time job that I work, but he's gonna let us go through his store because he's just got massive amounts of stuff in the back, like 3 full buildings of stuff in just one storefront. He can't possibly go through it all. He doesn't really have the time to go through it all, or the help to go through it all, or the overhead expenses to hire people. So I'm hoping to come up with a really good and profitable idea, and my lovely wife and I came up with this really cool idea to kind of do an experiment, start documenting the stuff we're doing, and try to come up with like a family-based YouTube channel. Our children will be involved with this. They're not going to be here today, but in the future, everybody's going to be involved. Stick around. We'll go see what's in this store. I'm really excited. This is like a kid in a candy store for me. So here we are at Reed's and Retail in Mangum, Oklahoma. You can see the sign up there, Reed's and Retail. Clever, right? So we're gonna go inside, take a look around a minute. So this is my uncle's store I was telling you about. He's pretty well put together. He's been doing it for a little while. He's got a pretty good store thing going on. Of course, he does it alone. So it takes a while to sort through things, and that's where we come in, presenting a new business opportunity, a new way to make money and get through a whole bunch of this stuff and the other stuff over there, which we'll look at in a minute. Follow me. You can just take a look around. Earl is not in here right now. Earl will be in here later. But you can see he's more or less got a pretty good setup going on in his storefront. So if you're in the Southwest Oklahoma area, if you're in Mangum, come stop by. It's usually open Friday and Saturday mornings. It's kind of hot right now, so mornings is best. And this is my beautiful camera woman, my beautiful wife.
Hi.
Who's most of the time going to be filming. Sometimes my kids will be filming. And you'll see all of us on camera filming and going through stuff. But I'm probably going to be responsible for most of the dialogue. So, next door in the next 2 buildings, there's a lot of good stuff in here, but this is already stuff in a storefront, right? It's already been picked through, it's already been gone through, it's already priced, it's already ready for sale. But next door in the storage areas, there's mountains of stuff that has not been gone through. Nobody has a clue what's in there, and we're about to go find out. So let's get treasure hunting. It's dark in here, and there's stuff everywhere. I have to take my sunglasses off or I won't be able to see anything. And I'm also going to put gloves on. You know, you're watching those YouTube videos of people going through hoards and going through storage lockers and stuff, and you're going, where are your gloves? Ew, don't touch that. Not this boy, not today. Let's see what's in here. Look at this. Look at all just mountains of boxes and stuff, just hoards. Look at the shelves back here, piled to the ceiling almost. of boxes and piles in the middle of HOARDs. And we're gonna go find out what's in it. I'm so excited. Come on. We may have to get a little more lighting back here. Watch your step, sweetheart. You can follow me. I can edit some things out. I want you to watch your step. I don't want you to trip and fall and break yourself because I need the pretty camera woman. I'm almost gonna need, you know what I'm gonna need to do? We're gonna need to take 5 for just a minute, and I'm gonna go next door to the store real quick and grab a flashlight because I think we're gonna need it back here. Even with the lighting on the camera, even with the lighting on this camera right here, to be able to see what's at the back with no lights on, I think I'm gonna need a flashlight. So. I'm back, and I have found a flashlight. You know, honey, do you know what's annoying about this? Is that because of my day job, I have about 1 million really good flashlights. I also have a really good bright headlamp, and
you didn't bring them.
Didn't think to bring them. Didn't think to bring them. But we live and learn, and that'll work for now. What looks interesting? Anything look interesting? Oh, there's some. What is this? A bunch of furniture here, but look underneath the furniture. What's in here? I see VHS, not in super good condition. Let's see what kind of VHS. You know, some VHS tapes, they have to be in really good condition and still wrapped and all this kind of stuff. But then there's some you can find that are so rare, sort of like the coin market or any other collectible. There's some that you can find that are so rare that it literally doesn't matter what condition you find it in. You can still make a pretty decent amount. The Buttercream Gang, what? That is some seriously vintage Christian type, you know, like wholesome family Christian type. I watched that when I was a kid. That's interesting. I don't think it's worth a lot. I just think it's interesting because I never expected to pull that out of a tub of VHS tapes. What is this? The Tree Lounge Advantage. I don't even know what that is. It's still wrapped, but it's like super obscure. Most of these don't even have a box, so they're not going to be. Oh, but there's something that's interesting. Oh man, if that worked. That's one of those.
Classic Care Bears.
It doesn't matter really. I mean, it would still do pretty well, I think, whether it's packaged or not packaged, because it's just so classic. It's so, let me see, 1988 Care Bears. That's a good one. We'll look some of this stuff up online. That what is this? Aesop's Fables? The Hare and the Tortoise, the Burning Crow, 1991, 1986. It's a little strange. It's just like weird. You know, sometimes weird stuff sells. It's Old Matrix Reloaded. Why it's all the way at the bottom there. Probably a reason. I don't know. Barney's Numbers. Barney, no case, unfortunately. That probably would have been a good one with a case on it. Bible Man. What is Bible? This is so weird. This is like probably really obscure, cringy B, C class movie religious stuff before there was even very many religious channels. Interesting is what it is. JFK. Kevin Costner's JFK. What year was this made? I forget. I don't think I ever watched it. 1991. It's worth setting out. Most of these, like I said, no case on them. They're not going to be that great. But Barney working for Santa. You never know. I mean, is that a Maxwell case? Yeah. Now, see these aren't, these aren't going to be $1 million deals, but these things like cassette adapters and blank cassette tapes and stuff still packaged like this, they do have a decent resale value online. I mean, it's not going to be anything amazing or spectacular, but it's bread and butter. It's pay the bills money. You know what I mean? What's in this? This is an interesting little case. Nothing. There's nothing in there. You know what that looks like? It looks like it used to have those Chinese Zen monk balls in it that you do like this with, and you fondle the balls, and they clank around. What else is in here? That's still in the package. I don't know if religious people would pay good money for that. Who is this Jesus? Is he risen? More weird B-movie Christian channel stuff. Is that in there?
PlayStation.
Case is broken. Yeah, that's the original PlayStation 2. NCAA 1999. No, not in there. Trials of Life. That's sort of still packaged, but not on the bottom, so it's not. What about Bob? Sweethearts. Most of these VHS tapes are going to be because there's no package, the original Blackwood Brothers, 1954, The Final Curtain. Is that in there? I don't even know what that is. Alabama Jubilee. I think that, yep, that's like some kind of gospel singers from the 50s. Never heard of them. Or why would I have? They were doing their thing 30 plus years before I was born. In a very niche, obscure market. Oh, see, look at this. This is a blank, still wrapped 8-track. Oh wait, there's something on it. Daryl and Pat. There's something in the air. This is more religious stuff, but it's an 8-track and still wrapped. That's kind of interesting. It'd be cool to find some like old 60s rock or like country western bluegrass stuff on 8 tracks still wrapped like that. I think there'd be a market for that. I'm not sure if there's going to be a market for the niche religious stuff. That's a very specific market if there is. But what's this? PlayStation original, Major League Baseball 2001. That is in there. Let's look at the condition of the CD. The disc. It's scratched. Not so bad. Dusty. It's dusty in here. If you can't tell, an old warehouse setting is kind of dusty, guys. I don't know about these. That may be worth setting aside just to set aside, but I really think
Care Bears for sure.
Care Bears for sure. Buttercream Gang, the blank cassettes that are pre-wrapped. Those are good ones. Barney, would have been nice to find Barney in a case with the sleeve still on it. Quickly becoming vintage tier classic type stuff. You know, Barney, early 90s, mid 90s. Gosh, there's more over here. There's more VHS tapes over here. There's more here. Look at all these. There's just boxes of them. Boxes and boxes of them. Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Not in the package, but in very nice condition. Even the case doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on it. What is this? Glenn Ford, the man from the Alamo. It's a 1953 movie. 1981 renewal packaged. So apparently this VHS tape has been in the package since 1981. It might be, I don't know, it might be decent. Let's check it out. Miracle on 34th Street. Is this the original? It is. It's the original Miracle on 34th Street. The old one, the classic from the 50s or 60s. It's still in the package. Packaged in, let's see if this said, the original was 1947, renewed in 1974. Looks like this particular one was packaged in 1993. So this has been in the wrapper since 1993. Nobody has ever pulled this poor movie out and watched it. But too bad for them. Probably kind of good for us.
That's a profit.
Yeah. What is that? I gotta get this out of my way. It's just a random piece of, like a drawer with no dresser. How can I, let's set this up here. Just kind of balance it there. So I can get back here and move. Africa Screams, Abbott and Costello. Classic slapstick comedians from the 40s. 1985 was when this was packaged. The original was filmed in 1949. 1949 was when the original was filmed. Abbott and Costello, classic slapstick comedians, sort of like the Three Stooges, same genre. This particular one was repackaged in 1985. So, very vintage, very classic, probably a good one. Here's the other two. I don't want to get fumbly bumbly. You know, one of the main things that bothers me when I'm watching people rummage through stuff in storage lockers is like they're fumbly bumblying through stuff, and like I feel like they're damaging things as they're looking through it, and I want to do my best not to be that guy. Okay, I want to not damage stuff while I'm looking through it. Obama's Greatest Games. Is that Alabama? Alabama versus Auburn? What is 1994? Still in the package. Ma and Pa Kettle. The hillbilly version of Abbott and Costello. Still in the package. This, now, I grew up in Oklahoma. My family was from western Oklahoma. My grandpa had land, had cattle, he had crops, all that stuff. This was very popular, like hee-haw, among that, you know, farmers and ranchers and cowboys and that whole genre of people. It was a very popular thing. Now, it's a niche market. It's a very niche market. I don't know if this would do well on eBay or not, but I do know it was very, oh, and look, and there's a little bit of damage to the case, but not bad. It's not like somebody's opened it. It's like weather damage or something, like the heat made it peel, like crack a little bit and peel the plastic like right there. But it's still sealed on the bottom. Good find, I think. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. McClintock. Oh, that's one I wish I'd found with the wrapper on it. Classic John Wayne. Very good condition though. Good condition. But here's what I was looking at. I just did what I said I was going to try not to do. I think one of these slipped out of the case. It did. El Dorado, John Wayne, classic John Wayne VHS. Probably packaged in the 80s. Originally from the 50s. There's not even a copyright date on the back of this one. It's on the front. 1966, 1983. That's when it was repackaged. So this is what I was looking at. The other two, we have Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. All in very nice condition. Like you can even see the edges of the box. Very, very little minimal wear and tear on that. And these are probably in 90s was when they were, yeah, 95. But still, great condition. Star Wars collectors, good condition. Might could sell the whole lot for a little chunk of change. Star Wars is a thing, a big thing. People like it. What is this? This has the Warner Brothers symbol on it. The Green Berets. That's another John Wayne movie. Look at that. Original 68, packaged in 87. A lot of John Wayne in this box. This must have come from somewhere out here. Ooh, what is that? Star Trek, the motion picture, the original motion picture, the first, like Star Trek 1. Star Trek, the original, 1980, 1983. I think that's a good one. A little bit of damage right here to the top of the box, but very minimal. All in all, good box, probably good tape. I think we should set that aside. How the West Was Won. Is that John Wayne? No, that is Jimmy Stewart. At least that looks like Jimmy Stewart's face. It's drawn, so it's hard to tell. I'm not seeing a name. And they didn't like big bold advertise the actors on the front like in most movies. Yeah, James Stewart. Yep, that's Jimmy Stewart. Same guy from It's a Wonderful Life, if you know what that movie is. Very popular. He did lots of types of movies, not just, there's some more Abbott and Costello. Hellfighters. John Wayne. That's kind of an obscure one. That's not a very common one. Most people think of John Wayne, they think of westerns, you know. But he did do some military movies and some apparently firefighter movies. And okay, so my beautiful wife says, let's look through some other stuff. There's so many VHS tapes. Let's don't film 5 hours of digging through VHS tapes. So we'll come back and show you what we found here in a little bit. But first, we're going to dig through some more stuff and see just what's in some of this random stuff. Because you never know. It looks like junk, but you might lift a spool of random wire off and find an antique tin or something underneath. You never know. So for today, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to go do some other things. I'm going to get some sleep later so I can go back to my day job tonight. You've been watching The Real Millers. It's been real. Peace out, guys.